We will call the City of Helena City Commission meeting to order on August 18th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
City Attorney Doctor.
Here.
City Manager Burton.
Here.
Commissioner Logan.
Here.
Commissioner Reed.
Here.
Commissioner Shirtliff.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean, and for the record, Mayor Pro Tem Mayor Collins is excused this evening.
Here, thank you. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we move to minutes, I wanted to make a brief comment. There was a press article that noted that there would be a discussion about the pride flag in the article. That was incorrect. The city has submitted a correction to the newspaper, which I believe they have updated, and it is not included, that discussion is not included on tonight's noticed agenda. So I just wanted to make that clear for folks who may be here for that discussion. It will happen at a future meeting date. We'll go ahead and move on to minutes. We have the July 30th, 2025 administrative meeting minutes and the August 4th, 2025 commission meeting minutes. Are there any changes from the commission? Seeing none, the minutes will stand as submitted. Presentations. We have Chief Petty with the confirmation of Officer Dominic Capadora.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners. My first presentation here will be the confirmation, hopefully, the confirmation of Officer Dominic Capadora. Tonight I have an officer that has successfully completed their one-year probationary period with the Helena Police Department. At the end of the probationary period, and under Montana state law, the appointment of the officer must be submitted to the City Commission. And if the appointment is confirmed by the City Commission, then the officer becomes a member of our police force. With this said, I'm seeking a vote from the Commission to confirm this officer tonight. Prior to having the Commission vote on this officer's confirmation, and if I may, I'd like to give a brief background.
Please.
Are you good with that? Thank you. So, Officer Dominic Capadora, he was born and raised in central Wisconsin. He worked on his family's farm as well as neighboring farms until he graduated high school. He then joined the Wisconsin Army National Guard and attended college at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. In college, he majored in wildlife ecology, played football, and ran track. After 2 years of college, Officer Capadora was deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Freedom Sentinel as a guardian angel for the 7th Battalion of the 3rd Security Force Brigade. It's a lot of words. Officer Capadora returned to college after deployment and later met his girlfriend, Natalie. Dominic and Natalie graduated from college and did what any loving couple would do, which would be to follow Natalie's dream to move to the mountains. Once settled in the Big Sky country, Officer Capadora wanted to continue his service to his country and community. He applied to the Helena Police Department, who gave him the opportunity to serve the community he now calls home. With that introduction, would you mind if I give Officer Capadora a few minutes?
Absolutely.
A few seconds?
Please.
Go ahead.
Well, a senior officer told me this evening that if my speech was 5 minutes, it was 3 minutes too long. So I'd like to start by thanking the mayor, the commission, and especially Chief Petty for this opportunity to stand before you today. I'd most importantly and lastly like to thank my girlfriend Natalie and the patrolmen of the Helena Police Department for supporting me and giving me the knowledge to hopefully be successful in this profession. I look forward to seeing you all on shift this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, I would ask the commission for approval to confirm Officer Capadora.
Great.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Logan.
thank you. I move to approve the confirmation of Officer Dominic Capadora.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Before we go to a roll call, is there any public comment? Is there any discussion from the commission? Seeing no discussion, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
We're very, very grateful that you chose Helena, and congratulations. I don't know if there's any comments that any of the commission would like to make.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, officer. Thank you for choosing Helena. It's a great town for you and Natalie. Thank you for joining Helena's finest. You've got a good crew to work with, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Commissioner Reed.
Congratulations and welcome, and actually, we hope not to see you on shift tonight, because that would be maybe not what we're hoping for, but I hope you have a great shift later. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Logan.
thank you. Officer Capadora, you don't know this, but I used to work for the Helena Fire Department, and as such, I went on many, many calls with the Helena Police Department, and at that time, a fine organization, always appreciated the work that HPD does on a daily basis. I know that tradition continues, and thanks for being a part of that.
Congratulations. We are very excited to see the career that you'll make here in Helena. And there's a long tradition of cheeseheads making their way to Montana. So we're very glad that you are here. Congratulations. Okay, next item, we have the Helena Police Department recognition of Sierra Pointer.
All right. Well, this is not that Officer Capadora wasn't a special presentation, but this might be more special. So tonight, I'd like to introduce the City Commission to Sierra Pointer. It's going to take me a little bit to get through what she did, but I'm going to read this through, and then if Sierra would like, when we get done, she can talk to the commission only if you want to. Okay. So I'm introducing Sierra Pointer to the commission. Why am I introducing Sierra? In June of this year, Sierra was recognized with the Maycop Citizen of the Year Award. This is an honor presented by the Montana Association of Chiefs of Police. This award is given to individuals whose actions have gone above and beyond in supporting law enforcement and their community. Sierra's actions back in May of 2022, and it was May of 2022, which is over 3 years ago, but it was a long process to get to this point. We had to make sure the person was properly adjudicated before we share all this information. But back then, she played an instrumental role in assisting not only the Helena Police Department, but also citizens of Helena in safely diverting a dangerous situation. Her courage and willingness to step forward exemplify the very best of community partnership. Today, I want to share Sierra's story with the commission, so her extraordinary contribution to public safety is recognized here as well. So here's the incident. On May 30th, get my papers here. On May 30th, 2022, Sergeant Haven met with Helena citizen Sierra Pointer and her mother, Patricia Rogers, at the Law and Justice Center. During this meeting, Sierra reported that a coworker had made several disturbing comments about having a fantasy of committing a mass shooting at Helena High School. She explained that this coworker often spoke about death, killing, and his desire to conduct a mass shooting. He idolized the Columbine High School shooters and wanted to recreate this tragedy at Helena High School, but with a higher casualty rate than the 1999 incident. He had even purchased a black trench coat to mimic his fantasy and had shown Sierra at least one firearm he owned, confirming he had access to weapons. During the conversation, Sergeant Haven could see that Sierra was visibly shaken and fearful for her safety in coming forward. Nevertheless, she pressed on. Earlier that same evening, as Sierra was walking into work, she was approached in the parking lot by the male in question. He called her over to his vehicle and reminded her of his previous threats to shoot up the school. He then pointed to a box on the floorboard of his vehicle where Sierra saw what she believed to be a homemade explosive in a metal can. He asked her if she thought he would actually follow through on this threat. Rattled but composed, Sierra tried to walk away without provoking him. The male then grabbed her by the hair, pulling her close, and told her that if she ever told anyone, he would kill her. Frightened beyond measure, Sierra confided in her mother, and after discussion, she found the courage to report the incident to the police. With the information she provided, officers quickly located the suspect's vehicle parked near his residence. They confirmed the presence of a metal ammunition can on the floorboard, just as Sierra described. This triggered a SWAT response to ensure the suspect was taken into custody before he could act. Approximately 4 a.m. The next morning, the male exited his apartment carrying a large bag and began walking towards his vehicle. SWAT officers surprised him and took him into custody without incident. On his person were 8 firearms, including an M16, an Uzi, a Tech-9, and multiple fully loaded handguns, along with extra magazines and knives. Officers noted that he wore what could only be described as an evil grin during the arrest. A search of his vehicle revealed 4 homemade pipe bombs, a duffel bag containing 9 more firearms, body armor, trigger modification systems, a large amount of ammunition, and a homemade suppressor. At his residence, officers found 2 additional firearms, including a double-barreled shotgun hanging from his entry door, and materials for making explosives. From the time Sierra and her mother entered the Law and Justice Center to the time the suspect was in custody was just 9.5 hours. It was clear he had every intention of carrying out a mass murder event at a local school with approximately 1,000 students. 9.5 earlier, he was not even on the radar of law enforcement. Sierra's bravery in coming forward, especially as a young, frightened high school-aged individual, was nothing short of heroic. Her courage undoubtedly saved not only the lives of many children and staff members, but also spared the city of Helena and the state of Montana from the unspeakable devastation such as an event would have caused. We wanted to share this story sooner, but felt it was important to wait until the case was fully adjudicated and there was no longer any threat of further violence. Thankfully, on September 5th, 2024, the defendant was sentenced to a minimum of 22.5 years and a maximum of 47.5 years in prison, followed by a lifetime of supervision. And with that story, with that incident that actually took place, I want to present the commission Sierra Pointer.
Ms. Pointer, would you like to share a few words?
I would like to thank you all for having me here tonight. I very much appreciate it. I would also like to thank Chief Petty for everything he has done for me in the last 3 years. And I would like to give a special thanks to Sergeant Brian Haven for being there for me for the last 3 years. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for having me tonight.
Any comments from the commission? Commissioner Reed.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you, Chief, for introducing us, and thank you, Sierra. As a parent, I'm going to have a hard time saying this, but so I will just say thank you.
Commissioner Shurtleff.
Mayor Pro Tem, thank you. Ms. Pointer, what you did was nothing short of heroic. Thank you very much, and thank you for being so brave. Thank you.
Commissioner Logan.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. There are times, I suppose, in each of our lives where we come to forks in the road and have to make decisions that will sometimes forever alter our life in making that choice, and sometimes alter countless lives. And you have altered countless lives, and we thank you for taking the road that you did. Appreciate it.
I just want to say I'm just immensely proud of you. I can attest, I have gotten to get to know Sierra a little bit since she first got a statewide award, and this will not be the last time that you hear Sierra Pointer's name. She is going to continue to impact the community in lots of big ways, and I think that this is a defining moment in your life, but I don't think it is going to be the only defining moment because you are truly a person that wants to help others and do the right thing, and I'm just so grateful that you are in Helena and that you're going to continue to make our community a better place. So we're very, very proud of you, and thank you for really stepping up and changing the course of a lot of people's lives in Helena. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to the consent agenda. Item A, approval of a resolution declaring a 2019 Freightliner M2-108 roll-off vehicle owned by the City of Helena to be surplus property and authorizing the city manager to dispose of that property through private sale to Lewis and Clark County. And item B, city manager's recommendation to carry over $38,618,724 in expenditures and $911,848 in revenues from the FY25 budget to the FY26 budget. Is there any discussion on the consent agenda? Maybe let's do the consent agenda. I'll go back. Is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Reed.
I move to approve consent agenda items A and B.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
We will move back up to board appointments. Mayor Collins is recommending the following board appointments: Helena Regional Airport Authority, reappointment of Bob Heberly to a second term on the Helena Regional Airport Authority, term expires September 1st, 2028. ADA Compliance Committee, appointment of Alana Lake to a first term on the ADA Compliance Committee as a citizen at large, term expires September 1st, 2028. Helena Housing Authority, reappointment of Stacy Anderson to a second term on the Helena Housing Authority, term expires August 1st, 2030. And the Tourism Business Improvement District, the reappointment of Shauna Cochran to a second term on the Tourism Business Improvement District, term expires June 30th, 2029. Is there any discussion? Is there any public comment on board appointments? Seeing no public comment and no discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Logan.
I would move to accept the following board appointments: reappointment of Bob Heberly to a second term on the Helena Regional Airport Authority, term expires September 1, 2028. Appointment of Alana Lake to a first term on the ADA Compliance Committee as a citizen at large, term expires September 1, 2028. Reappointment of Stacy Anderson to a second term on the Helena Housing Authority, term expires August 1, 2030. And the reappointment of Shauna Corcoran to a second term on the Tourism Business Improvement District, term expires June 30, 2029.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Communications or proposals from commissioners?
Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you very much. Last week, we read in the Helena Independent Record, it was reported in the Independent Record that the Golden Estates Mobile Home Park has had issues with their water since April. And in addition to their rents going up, they have not been able to reach the owner of the development to make necessary fixes. I've met with some of the tenants, as well as Manager Burton and Director of Public Works Ryan Leland. I believe that they'll report a little later tonight on the city's role and what the plans are, et cetera. Thank you.
Any other commission comments? Okay, seeing none. Report of the city attorney.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, I don't have anything to report tonight. Thank you.
Report report of the city manager.
Mayor Pro Tem, if you'd like a description on our involvement with the water supply and the owner of the trailer park, with your permission, I'd invite Director Leland up to give an explanation on where that stands.
I think that'd be appropriate. Thank you. Director Leland.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, Commission. We'll pull up a quick map showing where the trailer park is. It is located by MDT headquarters and the Pizza Hut that is located across the highway from Walmart. As you can see, it is in city limits. It is served by city sewer, but it has its own public water supply. In around 1979, there was a development agreement to allow them to connect to the sewer because they were having problems with their sewer. They had to install a water main in Douglas Street through an SID to provide fire hydrants for fire protections, but they weren't required to connect for domestic use. This was not uncommon. There are several other trailer parks within the city limits that allow for domestic use of their water and is considered a consecutive connection through the public water supply at DEQ. So the state of Montana and DEQ is who has jurisdiction over this public water supply. It is not the city of Helena that has the jurisdiction. It is a private system. Would require us to go on private property if we forcefully connect it. Fast forward to 2023, at the end of 2023, early 2024, the owner of the property came into the city of Helena because there was some issues with the well to connect to the city of Helena. We do have approved plans that went through DEQ to connect them to the city of Helena. They would have to disconnect their wells, but what it came down, there's two ways that you could actually connect it. One would be a service line that would be a meter, pressure reducing valve, and backflow preventer. And then this would be a consecutive connection. They would still have to have an operator, but it would act like the forts or any of the other consecutive connections that we have. Or they would have to install mains all the way through the adjacent to all of the trailers in there and connect them with their own meters, which would be very expensive, you know, in the $500,000 to $1 million range is just a guess. So they came in just to connect to the city of Helena and continue to be a public water supply. I don't know if this is in transition when the trailer park was sold because it was the previous owner or what, but it never was completed. So that's where the city of Helena knows, and it is in DEQ's jurisdiction right now, if and how they want to handle with any of the complaints that are that were in the paper. And I can answer any questions if you like.
Are there questions or comments from the commission? I guess, Director Leland, briefly. So this is really not a great situation. Clearly, it's unfortunate that the previous owner didn't get it done before they sold it. An SID is a special improvement district. For anyone who's listening that heard that acronym at the beginning, can you talk about really who holds the lever of accountability when it comes to ensuring that this property owner decides to make improvements or not on their private property?
Mayor Pro Tem, as far as keeping up with the public water supply of what they're supposed to supply to their residents and make sure that it's clean and has quantity, that does fall in the jurisdiction of public water supply at DEQ for the state of Montana.
Okay.
So that is the requirement to do it. So it would be just to connect a service line into the city if they are so pleased.
And so we have approved that permit and everything is ready to go as soon as they decide to do that construction.
Mayor Pro Tem, we have the plans approved. They still would have to get a plumbing permit through our building department when they decide to connect so we can inspect it and make sure it was followed all our requirements.
Great, thank you. Okay. Yes, City Manager.
Mayor Pro Tem, with your permission, I'd like to invite up the Helena ambassadors and Mr. Chuck Butler. They'd like to talk to the commission briefly about the Old Glory landmark and I think the 4th of July celebration. Mayor Pro Tem.
Mr. Butler.
Mayor Pro Tem, Dean, thank you, City Manager Burton. Let's see, I'll introduce the ambassadors here. Jim Enyart, Marty Berra, Roger Foster, Kathy Brown, and my right and left arm, Josh Clement. On behalf of the Helen ambassadors, we want to thank the city and the city parks folks for the wonderful work they do at Centennial Park. Every year, I mean, as I drove by the airport just about an hour or so ago, Old Glory was flying. It was beautiful, all the way out from past the airport. And thousands of cars and people pass by Old Glory and Centennial Park every day. And so we can all be proud of folks here in Helena and our Parks Department for the wonderful job they do. Now, I have a question for all of you. I heard a story recently that there's an elephant buried at Centennial Park. Anyone know that? Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to dig into that. So, City Manager Burton, would you dig into that, please? Dig deep. But it came. I wish I could remember who said it, but it's supposedly a true story. When it was a landfill, a circus was coming through town, and an elephant was buried there. Oh well. Okay. Maybe that's why the grass is so green. Anyway, on behalf of the ambassadors, we really want to thank the city and the city parks staff for keeping Centennial Park beautiful, and especially for the capital city's 4th of July celebration, which the ambassadors host. And where's Josh? There he is. Josh is very active with Old Glory, and you see it rise and come down once in a while. He and his family take care of that. But he's also taken an active role in the 2026 Sesquicentennial of America. And we hope that the 2026 celebration on July 4th will be a special event. And Josh just has a few words.
Mayor Pro Temp, Commissioners, I'm Josh Clement. I'm the Operations Officer for the Old Glory Landmark and a Helen Ambassador. I rise today to kind of continue to promote our, I'm glad Chuck could say it, the 250th birthday of our great nation. As we look at Old Glory, we actually have a symbol out there that continues to remind us that we are a collective body. This is one of those opportunities that every 50 years the country gets together and we kind of promote this celebration. I was born in '77, so I missed the last one. So I'm going to do my job to make sure the next one is appropriate. And we're coming up on the 2026 one. And we are looking to continue to promote and actually having a culminating activity with senior leaders from the state government, but really hosted here, the capital city, the Queen City, the culminating the birthday activity on July 4th, 2026. We are going to be, as the ambassadors continue to promote the activities, promote the history and the purpose of why we come to celebrate as a collective body. We all understand that we come from different colors and different creeds, and we all actually find those different colors, but those colors are in our flag. And there's a reason that we at the Old Glory Landmark want to continue to promote that and be that shining star that we have in this city. And I'm proud that we get to raise that 110 feet, that 30 by 50 flag on a regular basis. And our goal is to continue to make sure that we have an opportunity. We look forward to our 250th birthday that's coming up next year inside of 12 months, and something that we actually as a collective group can all get behind. And we look to see to partner with the city as we continue to have a great celebration on the Centennial Park. And I want to say thank you again. Pat Marin did a phenomenal job of helping us this activity this year, and he's always there and his team working on another holiday, but we're very grateful. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you. Thank you very much. Whoops. Roger Foster. Roger is the keeper of the commemorative bricks.
Mayor Pro
Foster.
Tem, members of the council, thank you very much for having us. I'd like to add my thanks for all the support that the city has given us in our endeavors. I have found that there aren't very many people around still that know why it was there and how it came to be. Mr. Burton can probably speak to this better than I can because he was right in the middle of it. Year after 9/11, there was a group of people that thought there should be something commemorating what that meant. And so they started to put together a plan, and Tim was involved in it. And as you can imagine, there were a lot of things that needed to be approved. The city was 100% behind it, and it wouldn't be there without him. The rest of the story is that, as everybody might know, that was built entirely on volunteer and contributions. There's not a dime of taxpayers' money involved in it, and there hasn't been over the 22 years it's been there. So we're proud of that, but that doesn't mean we haven't received the support of the city every year in maintaining it and giving us whatever we need to make it what it is down there. I just wanted to read quickly. There's a plaque on that monument. And I invited people to take a look at it, but well, I don't have it here now. But that plaque lists over 115 names of individuals, men, women, companies, communities, service clubs, all kinds of organizations that were instrumental in getting that built. And in addition to that, it's been partially paid for by the sale of bricks, and there's over 800 inscribed bricks in that monument. And while I'm down there, there are numerous people that stop by and tell me what it means to them. So without you, we couldn't have done it, and we will continue to enjoy that. So thank you very much, all of you. And Tim, thank you.
Thanks, Roger. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. We appreciate being here.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Butler.
when you see the flag, think of what it means.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And thanks to the Helena ambassadors for always being a great partner in all the work that you do. City Manager.
Mayor Pro Tem, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have communications from the Helena Citizens Council. Do we have a representative of the HCC? Mr. Kuiper.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Ben Kuiper. I'm the chair of the HCC. I don't have much to report to you tonight. Our next meeting will be August 27th at 7 p.m. in that conference room right over there. That's open to the public, and as always, we invite the commissioners to attend if you can. So with that, I'll yield to questions if there are any.
Any questions or comments from the commission? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Appreciate it. All right, next up we have regular items. Consider a resolution to adopt the Western Montana Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, for the record, my name is Kyle Sturgill Simon. I'm the Emergency Manager for Lewis and Clark County, as well as the Designated Emergency Manager for the City of Helena. Working collaboratively with Montana Disaster and Emergency Services, neighboring counties, and our own local partners, we now have an updated regional hazard mitigation plan, as well as a Lewis and Clark County specific annex. Together, these plans identify the most impactful hazards in our area and serve as a guide for how to minimize future exposure to them. To be recognized as a complete plan by FEMA, each local jurisdiction needs to formally adopt it. Once adopted, the plan is in effect for a period of 5 years. There's also a process described in the plan for continuous updates and improvements to ensure that changes in our community are recognized. The hazard mitigation plan is our way of recognizing that disasters have impacted our communities and they will continue to do so. There are over 129 mitigation activities described in this plan, many of which are already initiated or are ongoing efforts. Adoption of this plan makes us eligible for hazard mitigation grant funding through FEMA, which we're actually currently working on an application right now that will benefit the City of Helena. The Emergency Management Program asks that you adopt this plan for the City of Helena. We would also like to thank all of the City of Helena, City of East Helena, Lewis and Clark County, and local partners personnel that contributed their time and expertise to make this an actionable plan for our community. Just on a kind of personal note, these plans take a while. Well, nothing in mitigation happens very fast, maybe planning especially. And so when this process first started, I was actually working for the state for disaster and emergency services. I was the field officer and I covered this area. And so I'm very proud to see everyone's work kind of getting brought to this point, to the adoption phase, having seen it kind of go through the whole process.
Great. Thank you. Any questions or comments from the commission? Commissioner
Mayor
Logan.
Pro Tem, thank you. Mr. Sturgill Simon, we're, in front of which governing bodies have you been as far as adoption goes?
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioner, so I've been in front of the county commissioners. I'm here tonight, and then tomorrow night I'm in front of the East Helena Commission.
Okay, thank you. And this is just an important sort of final step for any plan such as this. One, as he said, we have sort of pre-planned disasters and emergencies, but that there is buy-in within each of the communities that we have such an actionable plan to work off of. So thank you very much for your work. I know how long they take and appreciate it.
Any comments or questions? Is there public comment on this item? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Reed.
I move to approve a resolution to adopt the Western Montana Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Consider a resolution of intention for the City of Helena to establish a commercial property assessed capital enhancement program, CPACE. Mr. Coleman.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, thank you for having me. I'm here tonight to bring forward a resolution of intention to bring forward a CPACE program. We've discussed this a couple times in admin meetings, and basically what the CPACE program does is it establishes a CPACE district that allows for commercial building owners to pursue low-interest financing from private lenders for sustainability, public safety, and resiliency-related projects on commercial buildings. This allows for low-cost, long-term loans to pay for water conservation, energy efficiency improvements, renewable energy, and these work for industrial, nonprofit, agricultural, and multifamily properties. Also, as starting October 1, 2025, and built into the resolution of intention, CPACE will be eligible for things that protect against seismic events, indoor air quality, durability to resist fire and flooding, ability to withstand electrical outages, stormwater controls, and firearm storage, of course. Anyway, so we have talked about this. I also have Carolyn Jones here tonight. She's with the CPACE program. If you have some questions, a few things have come up as far as the level of effort that it takes to establish a program. I reached out to a couple different communities and was able to talk to the treasurer from Butte-Silverboe County. And she said what we've heard in the past is it is some effort to get it set up, but once it's set up, it does work like a regular tax assessment. In Butte-Silverboe, she was very friendly, and they are in the Tyler system, so it is apples to apples, and they did offer us assistance if we needed it. We've also been offered that assistance through the CPACE program in setting up the program. So anyway, I'm here before you with a resolution of intention, and if that does pass, to set a public hearing for September 8th, and I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Is there any questions or comments from the commission? Commissioner Reed.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Just briefly, I'm really excited to see this program coming in. I think it is a real help to a lot of our businesses who are hoping to do this type of project, so I will definitely be supporting it. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Mayor Pro Tem?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you very much. As we're aware that the city has sustainability goals, I'm excited that the CPACE program will be finally available I hope it will be finally available for the businesses of Helena to make those energy efficient investments and choices for their buildings so that they can join us in meeting those goals. Thank you.
Mayor
Commissioner
Pro
Logan.
Tem, I appreciate the work that's gone into this, both at the state level. I won't ask how long the legislation has been in place. I think I can find that myself, but it seems like a great program that localities can avail themselves of. And glad to see the city of Helena hopefully take part in it. And it looks like Mr. Coleman might have an answer.
Mayor Pro Tem, if I may, the originating legislation occurred in 2021, and then they adjusted it in 2025.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I just note, grateful to the staff for all the work that's gone into this. I think the very first meeting that I attended where this was discussed was right after the 2021 session with County Commissioner, and this has been a long time coming, so I'm very grateful for the persistence of everyone and getting it to the finish line. With that, I will entertain public comment. Is there any public comment on this item? Okay, any final discussion from the commission? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you. I move to approve a resolution of intention for the city of Helena to establish a commercial property assist capital enhancement program.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item C, consider the transfer of ownership of a patrol vehicle to the Daniels County Sheriff's Office. Chief Petty.
Hello again, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners. So we have a vehicle that is going offline, a patrol vehicle, Daniels County, in the northeastern side of the state, not northwestern, like I told the city manager. It's end of life with us. It still runs. What happens to our vehicles after 4 to 5 years and the vehicle? We run our vehicles 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's hard city miles on those vehicles. But if there is some life left, we like to do things like this upon your folks' approval. The last one we did like this was to Stevensville. I believe that was 2 years ago, and we gave a vehicle over to them. I would ask Captain Zander if that vehicle's still running, but I'm not sure. Daniels County up there, they approached us with their need, and in the vehicle that it would replace up there is a 1996 Crown Vic, so they're definitely in need of it. So if you approve this surplus, they would be in great need of it.
Great.
That's what I have.
Is there any any questions or comments from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Logan.
I move to approve the HPD patrol vehicle as surplus property so that ownership may be transferred to Daniels County.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Public hearings. Item A, consider resolution levying assessments for the improvement of sidewalks, curbs, gutters, and alley approaches in the city of Helena, Montana for tax year 2025. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. Just for the interest of the public, all of the assessments on the agenda for public hearings, item A through K, were brought to the Commission with detailed presentations at the July 30th administrative meeting, and those packets are still available online if those parties, anyone's interested in looking into those in more detail. We brought the resolutions of intention that were passed on August 4th, and notice has been properly given for each of the assessments. And then this tonight is the public hearing to move forward with the assessments. So the first one on the list tonight is our ever-popular sidewalk program, where folks in the city can voluntarily enter into a contract with the city to have their sidewalk repaired. and pay back a loan to the city over 10 years for interest-free. We currently have a little over 208 of those loans that are outstanding, with more than $400,000 outstanding to date. And I am open to any questions if you have any.
Are there questions or comments from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no, oh, you can come up here. During public comment, you can pose a question, but it traditionally does not get answered unless a commissioner decides to take up the question. But you're welcome to give public comment. Okay. Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Reed.
I move to approve a resolution of intention to levy assessments for improvement of sidewalks, curbs, gutters, and alley approaches in the city of Helena, Montana for tax year 2025 and set a public hearing date for August 18th, 2025. That's not right, is it?
That, Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioner, I'm not seeing that in the actual language on my packet, but
Okay.
I apologize if it's there.
That is
Tonight
okay.
is the public hearing. So-
Yes, so would I just have a sentence for tax year 2025 and end it
Yes,
there?
yes, thank
Let me
you.
try that again. I move to approve a resolution of intention to levy assessments for improvement of sidewalks, curbs, gutters, and alley approaches in the city of Helena, Montana for tax year 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item B, consider a resolution specifying the assessment option for the Open Space Maintenance District Number 1 for fiscal year 2026, levying an assessment on all properties within the district. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. Tonight is, before you, is the public hearing for the Open Space Maintenance District Assessment for tax year 2025. There's currently no increases proposed for tax year 2025, and it's a base fee of $20 plus 0.008 cents per square foot of impervious area greater than 2,222 square feet. I'm open to any questions.
Is there any question or discussion from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you. I move to approve a resolution specifying the assessment option for the Open Space Maintenance District Number 1 for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item C, consider a resolution specifying the assessment option for the Special Urban Forest Management District for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. This is the public hearing for the Urban Forestry Improvement District Assessment for fiscal year 2026, tax year 2025. There are no rate increases proposed for tax year 2025 on this assessment. It's a flat rate for all parcels at $39 per parcel.
Is there any discussion or questions from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Reed.
I move to approve a resolution specifying the assessment option for the Special Urban Forest Management District for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item D, consider a resolution specifying the assessment option for the Stormwater Utility Service Area for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the service. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. This is the stormwater assessment for the maintenance and improvement of the stormwater utility in the city of Helena city limits. Again, there are no rate increases for this particular assessment that are being proposed for tax year 2025. I'm open to any questions.
Is there any discussion or questions from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Logan.
move to approve a resolution specifying the assessment option for the stormwater utility service area for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the service.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item E, consider a resolution specifying the assessment option for the landfill monitoring and maintenance district for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. This is the public hearing for the landfill monitoring special district. This district was created to protect the groundwater from contamination, and kind of around Centennial Park is the district area. There are no proposed increases for this assessment this year. A residential property has a $7.23 base assessment, and commercial properties are assessed on a scale. Again, no rate increases proposed for fiscal year 2025.
Are there any questions or comments from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you. I move to approve a resolution specifying the assessment option for the landfill monitoring and maintenance district for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item F, consider a resolution specifying the assessment option for the Street Maintenance and Improvement Districts Number 1 for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioners. This is the street maintenance assessment for fiscal year 2026. Staff does propose an amendment to this resolution, in particular in the resolution section 7, where it indicates property to be reevaluated no later than August 15th. Staff is recommending an amendment to the resolution to indicate that that deadline should be September 1st instead of August 15th. This particular assessment is changing from prior years. It does have about a 5% increase over the prior time that this assessment came forward, which was in 2021. There is also some new language in the resolution that property owners, certain property owners, commercial property owners, do have the ability to appeal to the city to have their property reevaluated for development and non-developed portions of their property. And if they meet the criterion and more than 40% of their property is considered undeveloped, they can apply to the city to have their property assessed at a vacant rate, and then also the developed area as at the commercial rate. So I'm open to any questions, and I know that Director Konopke, our Transportation Systems Director, is also available for any questions if you have them.
Okay, any comments or questions from the commission? Commissioner Logan and your mic.
So I'm trying to find that language in the resolution of the change of date for the reevaluation.
Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioner Logan, that is in section 7 of the resolution. I believe it's on page 7 of the actual resolution.
Thank you. So given that, you're saying an amendment would perhaps move before the actual motion to approve the resolution? Is that accurate?
Mayor Pro Tem, I'm going to defer to the city attorney for that.
City Attorney.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioner Logan, yes, you can ask for the amendment to be considered prior to the actual approval of the resolution itself.
Okay, thank you. So Mayor Pro Tem, when you're ready, I'll make such an amendment. So,
Are there any comments or questions from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment on this item? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'm going to make an amendment to consider that section 7 be the language indicating August 15 as the evaluation date be changed to September 1.
Thank you.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any additional discussion? Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Okay, and now we'll entertain a motion on the resolution as amended.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Reed.
give me 1 second here. I move to approve a resolution as amended specifying the assessment option for the street maintenance and improvement districts, number 1, for fiscal year 2026, and levying an assessment on all properties within the district.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item G, consider a resolution specifying the assessment option for the collection of disposal of residential garbage and refuse for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties receiving residential solid waste collection. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. Tonight is the public hearing for the residential solid waste assessment. There's no proposed rate increase for fiscal year 2026 for residential properties that don't meet discount qualifications. It is $218.10 for the entire year. Plus, they have the option of 3,000 pounds of self-haul waste to the transfer station. And I'm open to any questions.
Thank you. Are there any comments or questions from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Logan.
I would move to approve a resolution specifying the assessment option for the collection and disposal of residential garbage and refuse for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties receiving residential solid waste collection.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item H, consider a resolution levying an assessment on properties to recover the cost reimbursement for water and wastewater infrastructure installed by the city for tax year 2025. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. This is a public hearing for the assessment for a cost reimbursement loan program for water and wastewater infrastructure known as the Cannon and Granite street cost reimbursement programs. There are currently 8 loans outstanding that are paid on their assessment, and then there are 4 loans that are paid on their utility bills. And I'm open to any questions if you have any.
Any questions or comments from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you. I move to approve a resolution levying an assessment on properties to recover the cost reimbursement for water and wastewater infrastructure installed by the city for tax year 2025.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item I, consider a resolution specifying the assessment option for the special street lighting districts for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. This is a public hearing for the light district assessments. The city currently has 53 lighting districts within the city limits. Each district is reviewed and a rate calculated for each particular district depending upon the size, the number of lights, and the number of property owners within the district. And again, this was brought before the commission in detail at the July 30th administrative meeting. I'm open to any questions if you have them on this assessment.
Any questions or comments from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Reed.
I move to approve a resolution specifying the assessment option for the special street lighting districts for fiscal year 2026 and levying an assessment on all properties within the district.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Item J, consider a resolution levying an assessment on properties to recover the cost of removal of snow and ice from sidewalks on the adjacent public rights-of-way for tax year 2025. Director Danielson.
And thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. This particular assessment is for those property owners that were noticed for snow and ice removal on the public right-of-way and did not comply. They were given an opportunity to pay for this service prior to this point. They were given ample notice, and this is the assessment to recover the cost of the snow and ice on their properties. I'm open to any questions.
Are there any questions or comments from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Sir, you can come up here.
Nathan Costed. I will comment that I think it's important that you reach out to these folks to make sure that they are capable of paying, and if not, perhaps they can receive a pass from the city, and you can communicate to citizens. We could put a fund together. We don't want to be putting people in a bad spot who are disabled, retired, on fixed incomes, if this amount of money does harm their ability to continue living in their homes. So I will follow up if you want to reach out to me.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Is there any discussion from the commission? Commissioner Reed.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Just a question for transportation, maybe? What is the process for notifying the property owners in this case?
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, they're notified that there's been a complaint, typically by a courtesy notice, and then the code enforcement officers follow up 24 to 48 hours later to see if the sidewalks are shoveled. If not, then the snow is removed for them, and then an invoice is sent to them, and then a follow-up conversation, and then obviously the public process through this resolution of intent and tonight's public hearing.
Commissioner Reed.
Thank you. And is there an appeal process for someone who's financially unable to pay the fine?
I don't recall if that's in the code or not. I believe that is in the initial stage of that, when they receive the initial invoice, but not at this point.
Mayor Pro Tem, I would be in favor of, if possible, holding to find out, because if we believe it's in the code, I'd like to know for sure if it's in the code before we move forward, because if there is no appeal process, I think it might be worth considering that.
Okay. Any other comments? Director Danielson.
Mayor Pro Tem and Commission, we're required to get all of these assessments completed and done by the end of August. If this were postponed, we'd have to call a special meeting in order to hear it again. Up until the past, I don't believe that it's in code to waive this. It is in our city code that this is the process. They were given an invoice, they were given notice, and they have not complied. I think that we can look in the future for that type of a situation, but at this point, I think we should move forward with the resolution, and then if after the fact the city attorney wants to address waivers, then we can bring it forward to the commission.
Okay. Thank you, Director Danielson. Quick question. I think it says 4 in this, but can you confirm that there are 4 properties that did not comply and have received this, are receiving this assessment?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, 4 properties this year.
Any other discussion or comments from the commission? Commissioner Reed?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Just to make sure I understand, so it would be possible to pass the assessment this evening and look at a waiver after the fact. That is an option for us?
Mayor Pro Tem and Commission, I'm going to defer to the city attorney. However, I don't believe it's in code I think we would have to change the code in order to move forward with processing a waiver. I don't know how quickly that can be. I do know that, I also am not clear if it's retroactive or not when you do a code change. I'm going to have to defer to the city attorneys. If the commission chooses not to pass this resolution tonight, then we just won't recoup the cost. I think it's too late to, we're bringing this forward at an administrative meeting. We had a resolution of intention, and perhaps at this time, if the commission chooses not to pass, then we just wouldn't recoup the costs.
Okay, I think we'll go to the city attorney and then to Director Konopke. City Attorney.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioner Reed, to answer your question about an appeals process, this is maybe what Director Konopke was also going to say. It does allow for an appeal within 15 days of the date of the notice required that was given to each of these individuals, and after which time there's no other appeal allowed.
Director Konopke.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, that was what I was going to say, and we received no appeal requests.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Commissioner Logan,
move to approve a resolution levying an assessment on properties to recover the cost of removal of snow and ice from sidewalks on the adjacent public rights-of-way for tax year 2025.
is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
And we have made it to K, our final regular item. Consider a resolution levying an assessment on properties to recover the amortized loans issued under the Residential Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy Loan Program for the tax year 2025. Director Danielson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. This is the voluntary program that folks enter into an agreement with the city to partake in a renewable energy program for their residents and/or business. They have the option to take a loan out up to $12,000 a year for renewable energy. It's a 10-year interest-free loan to be paid back on their property tax assessment semi-annually. Currently, to date, there have been over 65 projects executed and about $408,000 in loans outstanding. I know that the commission allocated some substantial money for the program in fiscal year 26, and I believe that all of those funds are currently spoken for. So, very popular program.
Yes. Are there any comments or questions from the commission? Okay, seeing none, is there any public comment on this item? Seeing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Thank you. I move to approve a resolution levying an assessment on properties to recover the amortized loans issued under the Residential Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy Loan Program for the tax year 2025.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
This brings us to item 13, public communications. If you have any public comments on any item not listed on the agenda, this is your time to give public comment.
Good evening, Mayor and City Commissioners. My name for the record is Erica Stearns. I'm here to request the City of Helena adopt a policy to stop our taxpayer dollars from being put towards any sort of local immigration enforcement in our community. I appreciate the mayor's recent proclamation stating that he welcomes immigrants in the City of Helena, but in order to ensure that that proclamation is fulfilled, I request that the city adopt the following demands in a formal policy or ordinance. 1, local law enforcement will not participate in any immigration enforcement operations or activities. This means no time or resources are spent on immigration enforcement. No officers are deputized for immigration enforcement, and there are no types of agreements for enforcement, including 287G agreements. 2, that local law enforcement or any staff employed by the city cannot request information about a person's citizenship or immigration status. 3, local law enforcement and city staff will not provide record information to federal immigration authorities, including but not limited to immigration status. The reason for this being the recent collaboration that we've seen with the Social Security Administration, the IRS, ICE requesting immigration about people to try and enforce continue detaining people. 4th, local law enforcement must request any federal immigration authorities, including DHS, ICE, CBP, to demask and identify themselves by name and agency to individuals that they're interacting with in the public whenever that's happening. And local law enforcement must document any refusal by federal authorities to comply with that request. Local law enforcement's collaboration with ICE has been shown to be costly for cities. It leads to increased racial profiling, increased law students, and it does not make our communities safer. Studies show that local law enforcement often uses it to increase their own immigration priorities or anti-immigrant politics. I'll conclude here. I think we saw that with the comments on police body cam about a kidnapping during the recent detention of Christopher Martin. And I thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nathan Costed again, born and raised in Montana here. Lived in Helena the last 6 years. And I know we're in Montana, but I do question whether we're still in America. Especially, I look at the police chief here. I don't know why someone you employ would be kidnapping someone on the streets and admitting it. They're kidnapping them, as she said. I don't know what that is. I think you need to take that up. And the mayor pro tem, and all of you need to answer for this, as well as we can do that as a state, country, city, whatever, 400 different police organizations coordinating together. But we can't fly a flag saying we support the LGBTQ community, and we can't provide water for the citizens of Golden Estates Trailer Park. What are you doing?
Additional public comment?
Thank you, Commission. I second this.
Could you say your name, please?
Oh, yeah, I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you.
The first time.
You're okay.
My name is Caleb Wallace. I'm an educator in the East Helena School District. So while not Helena directly, the decisions here do affect East Helena. I know I'm not the first educator in Helena who has commented on this, and I know that I've recently talked to other educators as the school year begins again about our worries of ICE coming into the classroom and how we react to those circumstances and situations, whether there's precedent or whether there's currently precedent does not change historical precedent and relations between this, where we have seen things like this happen before and how educators have reacted to it. And I know as well, last year, teaching in a very high poverty community and very diverse community, there were a lot of my students and their parents who were genuinely worried about what would happen if an ICE agent came into our schools and whether or not we as educators would actually have the opportunity and ability to protect their kids. And right now, I don't think we do. So, motion seconded. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any additional public comment? Representative Dunwell.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Dean, members of the City Commission. My name is Mary Ann Dunwell. I happen to be a state senator, and I represent the eastern part of Lewis and Clark County, including the eastern part of Helena and the Golden Estates. The folks who live there are my constituents, as they're your constituents as well. I would like to ask you, since to me a lack of water, and in some cases, according to the newspaper article, no water from time to time, this is a real public health concern. And the Lewis and Clark City County Health Department is under your jurisdiction. I would encourage you to collectively write a letter from the Helena City Commission to DEQ. If your good department head says it's on DEQ. I too plan to contact DEQ tomorrow. I did contact our public health officer, our Lewis and Clark public health officer, and about this. I would hope this doesn't become an issue like the North Star development. You know, who's on first? Well, it's the county's fault. Well, no, it's DEQ's fault. No, it's DNRC's. No, it is the PSC's. We need to just deal with the situation, because it's hard for me to believe that people are waking up and they can't turn on their tap and give their kids a glass of water. So in addition to that, according to the article, there was trash and debris at this particular mobile home, and that too is a public health concern. So I'm going to wrap it up. I heard the ding go. I also would like to go on the record supporting the 3 public commenters who preceded me. Ditto for that. Thank you. And thanks for all you do.
Thank you, Senator. Is there additional public comment?
Mayor and City Commissioners, good evening. Thank you for being here. My name is Lily Clark, Lillyclarke. I'm here to thank the mayor for his recent proclamation supporting immigrants in our community, and to say that we can and we must do more. As one of the taxpayers paying the salaries of the local law enforcement who the city of Helena oversees, I'm here with other community members to say that we have been seeing, and what we have been seeing in regards to abducting our community members off our streets, is that this is not safety, and that this is not how we want our taxpayer money used. Specifically, I have 5 demands that make it so that our immigrants and all residents are kept safe, and so that our taxpayer dollars are not wasted on the racial profiling of the people we go to school with, the people we work with, and the people who belong in this community just as much as everyone else here does. I want to see these written into policy so that the city of Helena may proceed with shared accountability and transparency. Number 1, local law enforcement does not participate in immigration enforcement operations and activities. This means that no time or resources are spent on immigration enforcement, that no officers are deputized for immigration enforcement, and that there are no 287G agreements or any other type of immigration enforcement agreement signed by the city with federal authorities. Number 2, local law enforcement or any staff employed by the city may not request information from anyone about their citizenship or immigration status. Number 4, local law enforcement is required to request any federal immigration authorities, including Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and Customs and Border Patrol, to demask and identify themselves by name and agency to individuals they are interacting with and the public whenever they interact with the public. Under these programs, the initial decision to arrest someone is the most impactful, because the local arrest may be what exposes a non-citizen to federal immigration enforcement. Thank you again for being here, and to the city manager and the Helena Police Department for meeting with several of us recently to discuss our concerns.
Thank you. Is there any additional public comment?
Good evening, Mayor and Commission. Thank you for your time. My name is Brett Heitsusen. I'd like to voice my support for the previous comments and request the city to end cooperation with federal task forces, and considering the recent federalization of DC police officers and the deployment of National Guard troops in DC, I would like the city to prepare in what ways it can refuse to cooperate in such actions in Montana and Helena. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional public comment?
Good evening, Madam Mayor Pro Tem, members of the Helena City Commission. My name is Phoebe Howell, Howell, and I'm here in continued solidarity with our immigrant neighbors. This is the 5th or 6th time I've attended a city commission meeting because of this issue, and the 3rd time I've spoke on it here. This is an issue I care about very much. In that respect, I really appreciated the proclamation on Hands on Global 2 weeks ago. It's important and helpful to know that the Commission shares so many of our concerns and values. It can't be overstated that we're talking about a group that is drowning, being crushed under the weight of a society that more than ever automatically and wrongfully sees immigrants as less important, less kind, and less human. Under these conditions, and much of what was described in the proclamation, we need more than to speak once on our values. Although speaking is important, we need to repeatedly act on them. To that end, we plan to continue proposing and fighting for meaningful changes, such as the demands that we provide to the city manager and HBD, which we've also shared with the city commission. A response or further discussion on these would be helpful. I will continue acting in whatever way I can to help our immigrant community start to breathe even a little bit. Thankfully, I can share the news that Chris Martinez specifically has been reunited with his wife and children in Mexico, instead of being left to suffer and rot under the inhumane conditions of an ICE detention center or a Salvadoran prison. I urge the City Commission continue pushing for, supporting, and discussing ways to help the immigrant community. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any additional public comment? Madam Clerk, is there any additional public comment online?
Mayor Pro Tem, I have no public comment online.
Okay, any final comments or questions from the commission? Okay, seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.